Hi guys, welcome back to We Built a Gym, episode 21. Had a few weeks off while we've been mental doing our outdoor gym and getting ready to open again. We're now at the back end of our first week of being open. Back to work, back to feeling tired all the time. But it's pretty exciting. So we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, busy. No, it's been really good getting back into things the last couple of weeks. Obviously, we've had the last week of the gym being fully open, which is great. And then from yesterday, we sort of allowed new members and new sign-ups to come in, guest passes. So it kind of feels like back to normal now, doesn't it? Which is great.
A little bit. And yeah, we are basically back to normal. The only things that are different are there's less people coming through the doors every day.
Yep.
We're probably at about 60% of where we used to be in terms of people visiting.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that we're at 60% of the members. I just think people are slowly coming back. They're not, like the hardcores are in. Everyone else is doing a day a week, 2 days a week, and just building back up, which is nice.
Acclimating back to it, yeah. Which I think is a good idea, and it makes things more manageable for us. Because obviously we have a booking system in place so people can like book their slots, see what's going on in the gym in advance, see how many people are attending. Makes things a lot more manageable in terms of, actual like footfall in the gym.
Yeah.
So, things can be adhered to, the guidelines that we do still have in place. There are rules, there are guidelines that have been set, and we are following those absolutely to the T. And it just makes that kind of thing a lot more manageable. So. But we did have a few weeks of the outdoor gym, didn't we? Which was, I think, good. It had some pros and cons, I would say.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it was definitely positive for the members. We were able to provide something for them that really no one else could. We made this amazing outdoor setup with it looked great. It was really photogenic, which is great.
It did look good, yeah.
And it was really usable. It was really functional. Everyone was able to change it up to use it for their own training.
You can get quite a lot of kit out there as well. We had, what did we have? 5 squat racks.
5 squat racks.
Like all the dumbbells and kettlebells, load of benches, all the cardio kit, because it's all on wheels, which is great.
Glute ham raise, glute drive, leg press.
Calf raise.
Preacher curl.
So it was good.
Spin bikes, outdoor
spin bikes, yeah, there was spin. It was varied, and I think people really did appreciate coming to it, and people were raring to book in and get going, which is great. Shows that the environment is still there, just doesn't necessarily have to be within 4 walls.
And I think it shows that it was a good idea. Yeah. Because other people imitated it.
Absolutely.
People saw it happen and then did their own version of it, which is great. Like obviously, we always aim to be better than our competition because that's just business and life. But to see that, others in the area are taking note and trying to do their own versions, well, it kind of shows you that you're that step ahead.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing.
And you're doing the right thing. And the feedback was unbelievable, which is great. And I think the main, if those are all the pros, the main con of it was really for us, which was just carrying the equipment
the kit out,
bringing it back in every day.
My forearms.
Yeah. That was genuinely really, really hard.
It was hard.
We didn't want to leave it outside because of the weather, and it's expensive, and
people stealing it.
People could be stealing it. We were bringing it out and in. It took if there's 2 people, it took about 40 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, about half an hour.
And with 3 or 4 people, it took about 20 minutes. But on your own.
I don't think anyone did it on their own. Luckily, maybe once.
I did it with Amy.
So basically on your own, yeah?
Yeah, basically on my own.
I think I did it once on my own, and it wasn't too bad because obviously the members in the last booking helped, which was fine. So
yeah, that's nice.
No, it was good.
It was good. It was a good time. I'm glad it's over though.
Yeah.
But obviously, were lockdown to happen again, we would go back outside. Worth it. And then we were over the moon to get the government announcement that we could open. We had a video ready to go that we'd filmed with all of us doing like a "we're back" kind of thing. So we got that out straight away. All we needed a quick sound bite from the announcement to feed into the video. So we managed to get that video out within about 50 minutes, an hour.
If you haven't seen that, go see it. It's on Athlete Movement Instagram. It's very funny.
It's a piece of work. Yeah, it's a masterpiece.
Great bit of editing.
And that got great coverage and great engagement, and that was awesome. And I think people really got excited by it. We're like, we're back, and that was cool. So then, what did we do? So
we spent that next week sort of getting stuff in place. We did that massive,
2 days.
Massive deep clean of the gym, sort of getting everything ready, didn't we?
Yeah.
And all the other procedures.
Cleaned everything, kind of, went around doing maintenance checks and everything.
Every kilo in the gym, every barbell,
Got cleaned.
every squat rack, anything.
And then we already had the things in place, like cleaning stations, hand sanitizers.
Yeah.
We'd already stocked up on Blue Roll and stuff like that. So yeah, we were already ready to go, really, but it was just final touches to the room.
Oh, and we were sort of deciding on the layout, wasn't it? The layout was a bit tricky, so a few bits moved upstairs just to get everything sort of, a metre and a half to 2 meters. I would say everything's actually 2 meters apart. So.
Well, I'm going to correct you there. Everything is 2 meters.
There you go.
The rule isn't 1.5 meters to 2 meters. It's 2 meters.
2 meters, yeah.
And that's why we're lucky with the space we have. We could keep everything in the room and space it out appropriately. We didn't have to take any equipment out. We didn't have to put tape around any equipment and say that's not in use. We were able to just make use of the space and get everything in the gym under the guidelines, which is, well, pretty reassuring, really. And everyone's appreciated that. Our main goal was to build confidence, make you feel like you can come and train and it's safe, and that your training isn't inhibited in any way.
I think we said in a previous podcast as well that this is a really good place and a good space to
I think we've said in every
guidelines.
podcast
that
this is a really
that
good
we're
place.
good. Join up. No, it is just like an ideal place. You've got Clubwise and the FitSense app, which is so good for booking. I think there are a couple of problems. Everyone who's other gyms or whatever who use FitSense faced a few issues with it.
I think system. Really, yeah. FitSense has always been our app. We've never not had it. And our members that do classes have always used it. But I think the sheer demand for it, with every gym that uses it suddenly all wanting it for all of their members, that I think put its server under strain.
Overwhelmed it.
And lots of conspiracy theories by people that it hates iPhones and it's only broken on iPhones and stuff like that. When actually the only thing people had to do was update it in their app store. And they rolled out a fix for it and you just had to update it. And there were still a few teething problems. Like today, a few people couldn't see appointments for today.
Yeah.
But all they had to do was change the date and then come back, weirdly. But it's a work in progress and it's really functional. And actually, I found out the other day, one of our local rivals, let's call them Young Morns, they have recently switched to Clubwise to get FitSense. So like we said about being a step ahead, good to inspire you.
Ahead.
You're welcome. So that's all good. And with reopening, we had a few decisions to make. You're going to see different gyms do it differently. Some gyms have covered their floor in tape to show different areas.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do that because I actually think that doesn't inspire confidence. I think actually what you're showing is that, look, we've really put some thought into this, but seeing tape everywhere just makes you, I think, a bit precautious.
It has negative connotations, doesn't it? Like police line, do not cross, warning, do not step here, so you kind of see it and you're like, well, can't go there. Can't go there. We've got everything spaced, so no need for the tape. Yeah,
and I think that we're doing everything we need to do in a really subtle way. We're doing all of the cleaning that we need to do. We're doing all of the safety and precaution that we need to do.
Checklist over there every 2 hours, touch points.
Yeah, everyone's track and traced, everyone's being monitored as they come in.
Members have done great as well, with the onus of responsibility being on everyone, like it should be anyway. Clean your stuff, put your kit away, blah, blah, blah.
The main drawback for it is that, Blue Roll costs just slightly more than £1 a roll.
Yeah. That's being
smashed through. How many are we going through a day?
Yeah.
6, 8? That's
easily.
£8 a day. Then disinfectant sprays, wipes, hand sanitizers.
It all adds
You're
up.
Easily racking up £15 to £20 a day in cleaning costs.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money over a week.
So that
just to adhere to everything and sort of keep it
that's
clean.
To be looked at, and maybe we can find ways of being as effective but more efficient.
Yeah.
And Blue Roll sucks because when you're wiping that stuff down, it just falls into pieces.
It sort of goes everywhere.
But everything has to be single use. Like I had an idea the other day of buying a load of microfiber cloths, buying like 400 of them, and saying to every member as they come in, "This is your cloth." And then when they're done with their session, they put it in like a laundry bin. I take it home, I wash them, a few days, and then you've got enough that you can be rotating the wash and the ones that are here. But that's not single use.
No.
So we can't do that.
And obviously the risk or whatever, which that would be good, but
it's not single use. We
not
can't
so
do
much.
I think we've done it right for us and our members in terms of keeping it subtle but effective, because that's what matters, how effective something is, not how it looks. And I think, touch wood, we've done it right, and it's going to keep working. And then we just have to hope that, like what's happened in the north, where they've gone into another lockdown. I think, is it Manchester? Or?
Yeah, Manchester and sort of the North Yorkshire
Burnley?
or something. Yeah,
Like,
who knows?
They've gone into a lockdown again, and they've shut the gyms again, which I heard someone say today doesn't make any sense, because the data that they're using to lock down those areas is from 2 weeks ago, and gyms have only been open a week. So gyms can't have impacted that data.
Because obviously there's that catch-up period of infection. Right?
So actually, it's probably something else. It might be pubs, it might be, restaurants or whatever that have caused that spike. And actually, they haven't shut the pubs and restaurants.
Yeah.
They've just shut the gym.
It's a shame to see that, at the snap of a finger, it can just go straight back to, gyms being the one that takes the hit, or similar industries. It's just not that fair. But another good thing we've had is obviously the time limitations as well. We have none, really. We have a 3-hour limit, which is more than enough for, even the hardest of trainers or competitors to get in and get all their work done for the day, all their workouts and sessions done for the day, which is great. So, because I know a lot of other gyms have got quite strict limits, 45 minutes, an hour, and a lot of people sort of aren't bothering. They'll go elsewhere, or they're just staying to train at home because, they don't want to travel, or, whatever it is, 15, 20 minutes to the gym, be there for 45 minutes and then have to go, it's not.
Well, that's another thing, is that gyms that are restricted by timings like that sucks for members, ultimately. Yeah. It's great that they can be back in the gym, but that's a really strict, hard way to train. And also another huge thing with timings is 24-hour gyms aren't allowed to be 24 hours anymore. Yeah. So 24-hour gyms are, funnily enough, well, look at our local 24-hour competitor, let's call them...
Some hour gyms.
Sometime health and well-being. They are now, funnily enough, running the same opening hours that we run.
Yeah, if not less, I think it is.
It's less on a weekend.
A lot of the commercials around the country, less.
So that's your USP, your unique selling point, is that you're 24 hours.
Is that you can go any time,
or sometime.
No, sometime.
So that, I think, is very interesting. I wonder how long that's going to remain in place, and what those people that like to train at 2 a.m.
or people coming off night shifts or whoever else sort of using it. That is an issue for them.
But I think everything's been pretty smooth. I think we have felt it, and that's just like, get out that tiny violin, like going back to work after 4 months of still working and working hard, but not in the same schedule,
Yeah, not in the same sort of routine.
Like on a Monday when I did my first 12 till 10 with loads of coaching in between and stuff, I was beaten up.
Yeah, wiped out.
And I thought, like, why are you being such a pussy? Like, this is what we've always done. It's not like used to it, but we'll get there.
I looked at my phone the other day and it was like a rarity, like 16,000 steps. And I was like, no wonder I'm knackered, and it's like 9 o'clock.
And 15,000 of those were around Sainsbury's.
Yeah, so to make up for it, I ate 20 panes chocolate, which is what you should do, really. Got to replenish.
Refeed. Yeah. I'm just cycling my carbs.
Yeah, bro.
I don't think with dramas, like, really, I mean, the Fit Sense thing, like, that's going pretty well. And there were a few little issues, and club-wise have been amazing. I'm part of this Facebook group for independent gym owners, and people on there bang on about Clubwise's rival, Club Right.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
two sides of the same coin. But they bang on about Club Right, and they're like, Club Right's amazing. They're all having all these issues with Club Right. Yeah. And Club Right have stopped responding to their emails and stuff. Clubwise have been phenomenal.
Been really good, yeah.
Really, really good. So that's amazing.
Big drama for Scotland. Feel bad for them. Not good.
Was it like middle of September?
So gyms have been the 17th of September, I think, is the date, with possibility to open at the end of August. Open things at the end of August, but that's upon review. So they're looking at like very late August or September, which is pretty savage. Like that's another
going on to like
4 to 8 weeks.
It's getting you close to 6 months of being closed.
That's which is bad. And we've seen a little bit of news from up there from gyms who are like, you're gonna shut us down.
They're on the breadline.
Yeah, you know, and no wonder, like being closed for half the year. You know, that is a lot.
And that is sad because look, there's always going to be people that say, is your gym more important than someone's health and them living or dying? And obviously no one's ever going to argue that something's more important than life. But I think what they're saying is that, are the precautions necessary?
Yeah.
Are you right to open pubs for this long and not open gyms?
Yeah,
and then harp on about an obesity problem.
Yeah, and not showing food adverts after 9 p.m. It's like, that's not the issue.
Is that going to do it?
You know,
And like,
get the gyms open.
Boris Johnson going for a walk with his dog every morning, and that's apparently going to cure his obesity. Like, that's not right. And I think, like in Scotland, I know the government are talking about research or like conclusive investigations, and the gyms in Scotland are asking them. They call it, was it like a freedom of information request? They're saying, share the research.
Yeah.
Share the stuff that you're basing this on, because if you're right, what can we say?
Yeah, then publish it.
But they're refusing to publish it. And it does seem a little bit...
Doesn't help their case, really, does it?
Well, again, when you're trying to build confidence in people.
Yeah.
And I just think all of it just adds into it. And we've had our fair dose of this, of just keyboard warriors. You know, like lockdowns turned lockdowns turned some people really angry and really just not abusive, because we're grown-ups and we can handle ourselves, but people wouldn't normally talk to each other how they talk to each other. And we have had a few instances of members kind of getting in touch to talk about things that they're unhappy with, for instance, with outdoor gym, with, you know, why can't we have more Metcons or more outdoor gym? And we're saying, look, I'm not being arrogant, but we're doing better than anyone for you. And all we can do is what we can do with the space.
And we're doing our best.
We're not just doing our best, we're doing the best.
Yeah.
You know, you won't find it better. And actually, when we have this space here, and it can only be used for 6 people at a time, then we're kind of restricted.
Yeah, you can't just break that.
We're already lugging the equipment in and out and in and out. And like, I did get a bit sick of hearing things like, I really want to support the gym, but.
Yeah, the but.
You know, like, I don't want special treatment, and that, like, it just, I don't think that outside of lockdown, I don't think that'd happen.
No.
And it's like on Facebook groups, you know, like, there's a reason that the Karen thing has become a thing now.
Yeah.
Like Facebook groups of people just going at each other for nothing. Like, I saw someone on a Facebook group moaning about someone breaking social distancing, and someone replied saying, well, you've been going to an outdoor boot camp with 40 people. And it's like...
tit for tat, isn't it?
No, what's your point? But we now focus on the rebuild. So we obviously, I'm not going to tell you how many, but we lost members. We lost members during lockdown, not as many as we budgeted for. We budgeted for double what we actually lost, which is all good. And we understand people have different reasons. Some people lost their jobs. Some people couldn't afford to pay rent. You know, like, it's rough. But now we rebuild. Yesterday was our first day of allowing new sign-ups. We had an enormous day, probably our biggest day ever. Not even January can top it. It was just enormous. People are coming back in. They're old members that needed to cancel. They're new members that have been wanting to come for a long time. They're people that hadn't heard of us until lockdown, and they were following our content and appreciating that.
It's good, yeah.
Which makes it
It's
worthwhile.
been like a sort of chance to refresh the atmosphere, like, you know, getting new people in.
I think that's important, actually, is that people are now coming back with like a fresh feeling for it, and actually I don't want to say deadwood, but any like negativity can be just...
The purge begins in 2 hours.
You know, that any negativity can just be
Countdown.
allowed to pass.
Yeah.
And we start anew.
No, it's great. And it's good. Yeah, exactly. And it's good to see people, you know, coming in excited for their training after the time off, wanting to sort of learn new things, get into new things. And it kind of just boosts our mood and morale as well when we've, you know, put in all the effort to get in the gym like this. And then it's sort of, you know, it's that reward. It's that like validation that we've done the right thing and it's all, you know, gone swimmingly and smoothly. Yeah. And it's just really, really positive.
I've always thought that...
Yeah, it's good.
It's that cliche thing of like, we're more than just a gym, not just a gym. I believe that to be true in a way that isn't true for lots of others. In that, I actually think that we are this weird blend of an amazing gym, almost like a community club.
Yeah.
You know, like almost like a members club where people come to socialize and have fun and talk to people. We're also, like when we were designing the gym, I had this theory that I think if you're religious, you do you. But I think that religion is on the decline. There are less people going to church. And I think that people are missing that community that they used to get from religion.
Yeah.
That like you build like a family outside your family. And I think, you know, if you play for a sports team, if you play football, you've got that with your football team. They're your mates. You're going for socials.
That separate, like, sort of core of community. I know exactly what you're getting at.
And I think that we exist in that vein as well. And this lockdown has given people a chance to miss that, realise that. You don't know what you've got till it's gone. Yeah. And now we're back in and everyone's just so excited and so positive.
Whenever I hear those gym slogans, it always reminds me of dodgeball. You know, at Globo Gym, we're better than you, and you know it.
Globo Gym was legit. To be fair.
Yeah, decent place.
And then the only other thing is, we'll give you a hint if you've watched this long, that we have got something big coming. So we have been thinking about. So we no longer have yoga in our yoga studio. We've been thinking about what we could move around, what we could do, and we've got something pretty special planned. So
you
stay
can't say
tuned.
anything about it, otherwise we'll give it away. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I can't say anything too much, but there's going to be something big changing at the gym with some repurposing of rooms, adding another string to our bow, and we're all excited about it. But the only hint I'll give you is that Coach Seb is very excited about it. So that's going to be pretty cool. One day we will reveal all. But yeah, that's us. So we're going into week 2 of being open. New members, guest passes, new powerlifters, new weightlifters, new CrossFitters, or
new people.
Functional
keep up
athletes.
with the gym on Instagram anyway. Go see you post every day on it, don't you? Run the social media, so there's always new stuff going on. As you put up the other day, the gym is only 96p to be a member of, 96p a day. So
apart from in February when it's £1.7p.
What joke?
Yeah, it's a rip-off.
What a rip-off?
Here's us driving our Porsches.
I could get a Kit Kat Chunky for that.
Nah, not a duo.
Oh, okay. What's the point then? May as well join the gym. But yeah, you can keep up with us there. If you've got any questions or sort of topics for the next podcast that you want to give to us, then get in contact. But as usual, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel for more, and we will see you soon.
Bye.